Hello guys and welcome back to the TheRS Weekly Podcast with me, Reese.
And me, Sam.
Welcome. How are you doing?
Good, mate. You?
Yeah, I'm alright.
Good. Looking forward to this one.
Yeah, looking forward to it, mate. We've got a few things to go through today.
We have, mate. Let's start off with the...
We're going to get the traditional score predictor in for you guys today for the Bundesliga, and we're going to talk a little bit later, a little bit more in detail about the return of the Premier League.
We are. Just a quick one before we start. Thank you so much to everyone that's liked the Facebook page. It really does mean a lot to me and Reese. We're so close to 100 likes on Facebook now. So if you can get it shared around on Facebook and stuff, it really does mean a lot to me and Reese. It really does. We only made it last night. I said to Reese, let's get it started, let's get it trending on Facebook. So we're going to start uploading the podcasts onto the Facebook page as well for you guys to go over to our YouTube channel and watch it there. So anything else you want to add on to that, mate?
No, well, maybe if anything, just to kind of echo what you've already said, really. Just to say thank you very much, and we're going to keep going, keep the ball rolling, get the snowball effect going. So,
just means a lot to us, really. We wanted to do this for a long time, and we finally got the support that we've had.
Yeah, we was umming and ahhing for ages, weren't we, about maybe starting something like this. Just to kind of let everybody know, for anybody that's listening, it's been a little theme in our football team the last couple of weeks. We've kind of been talking about possibly doing a vlog series. So basically, we're going to start picking some random away games up and down the UK to try and get out there just for a random away day and just kind of get to visit different grounds, meet different people, and we're going to look at start potentially doing a vlogging series. So we're going to be keeping ourselves very busy. I don't know what your thoughts on that are, Sam, but I would mega look forward to that.
Yeah, we probably would do, mate. We'll keep the TheRS Weekly channel as a podcast channel, but we'll go on to another channel and do that as the away days thingy. And if anyone else wants to join us, then they're more than welcome to.
Yeah, we're looking to branch out as much as we can, but for now we go into looking at predicting the weekend's results
from the Bundesliga.
Yes, from the Bundesliga.
So let's start with tonight's game. Big game in the Bundesliga, I would say.
Yes.
Hoffenheim versus Red Bull Leipzig.
Yes.
Big game, really, this for two teams that are in good form, especially, I wouldn't say Leipzig, but Timo Werner's looking like it could be his last game, maybe.
The problem is because predominantly June is the month where contracts end, isn't it? And depending on how this goes, I'm not real sure what's going to happen, because obviously with the coronavirus outbreak, it's kind of thrown everything up in the air about contracts and people's situations around a football club. It's kind of thrown everything up in the air, really. This is a quite a tough game to call, this one, because Leipzig had a disappointing result at home last weekend against Paderborn. Real poor result. Hoffenheim at home, you'd usually say they're quite strong, but again, we've mentioned it on previous podcasts, and unfortunately will continue to do so. They're playing in front of no fans, and this is half the problem that home teams are up against. The form actually tends to go with the away teams at the moment.
Yeah, I agree, mate. I think Hoffenheim have maybe got a bit of an advantage because they are at home, but if Leipzig come up and they turn up tonight, I think they could probably stroll over Hoffenheim. I would say. Potentially.
We'll get into the results. So you said 1-1 for this game.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be a high-scoring game. I think there's going to be a few goals, but I don't think there's going to be a lot of goals in this game because, like I say, Red Bull Leipzig is still fighting for the Champions League spot. Hoffenheim are also chasing for the Europa League spot. It's tough to call, mate. It really is. It's tough to call. So that's why I went with 1-1.
Yeah, I went 2-1 RB Leipzig on this game, so a 2-1 away win. You're always waiting for Leipzig, if you ask me. You're always waiting for them to turn up in a game, because if they do, they'll steamroller most teams. Look what they did to Mainz.
Yeah.
A 5-0 away from home. All right,
could have been a cricket score, that game.
Oh, it could have been. It could have easily been 9-10-0. If they turn up and start get into a rhythm straight away, Hoffenheim are going to find it pretty difficult to live with them. I said 2-1 on this game.
Yeah, let's go on. Jack, we've only got one of Jack's results because Jack is currently moving house.
Yeah,
so
he's got a bit of stuff going on at the minute. He's very busy. So
we will get his results on the paper, but we'll do it. We'll go through them Monday. Ben went 2-0 Red Bull Leipzig, and Jack went 3-1 Leipzig as well. So there's only three of you lot that said Red Bull Leipzig win. I went for the draw. Everything happy with that one?
Yeah, I'm happy. I'll probably watch it tonight. I'm just interested to see how it's going to go. Really, I think, like as I said, if Leipzig get into a rhythm early, I think Hoffenheim are going to find it pretty difficult. It's going to be an hard night for them because they're going to be chasing the ball a lot of the time. It just kind of depends on what attitude Leipzig turn up with, because that's them pretty much out the title race. So now they're just fighting to stay in the Champions League places, really.
I mean, if Red Bull Leipzig lose tonight, I think that could possibly be their second place over and done with. Because I can't see Dortmund dropping any more points now.
Well, it just depends. I mean, it also depends on how Dortmund turn up. Although they are looking very, very determined at the minute if they're not going to win the league, to nail that second spot, which is going to be important when it comes to Champions League next season.
Yeah.
In terms of who they get placed with in a group. So, I'd definitely say Leipzig, going into this game, they need a win.
Yep.
Definitely. Moving on to the next one, which is the 2:30 kickoffs tomorrow. It's the first one. FC Cologne versus Union Berlin.
Not the best games, really.
No, I'm not sure on this one. You went 2-0 Cologne on your predictor. I can see why.
I did, because I can't see... I think you're the only one that said that me and you were the only ones that said Union Berlin aren't going to score, but we'll get into yours in a minute. I went 2-0 because I think Cologne are going to be a lot stronger than what Union Berlin are. I think they've got a strong enough team to beat them. I just can't see there being, like I said with the first game, I just can't see there being many goals in this game.
With Cologne, they're quite a strong outfit, and they're quite well organised. I think their league position, if they get a draw or a win, they're pretty much guaranteed safety now, Cologne. I think they've done some good work this year. They are, and especially at the Rhein Energy Stadion, it's a hard place to go. That with fans in the ground, it's a really hard place to go and get a result. I know Bayern and Dortmund have both struggled there in the last few years. Just because of the atmosphere and how much they get behind the team. Union Berlin have been in pretty indifferent form, really. They've been quite poor since they've come back.
The one I count themselves lucky that they got results in the first half of the season.
Well, there's still a possibility they could go down. It'd be an absolute tragedy, really, after how they started the season and up until just before the lockdown. I think this lockdown's really, really scuppered them, though. I think it's affected them quite badly. They look like one of the teams, along with your Schalkers and Dusseldorf, that are struggling, and Paderborn, obviously.
Yeah.
You went 2-0 and I went 1-0 on this game. I can't see it being a high-scoring game. Both teams don't really traditionally score a lot of goals, so it'll probably be a 4-4 draw.
Yeah, probably. And the last one, which is Ben's, Ben said 2-1. I can see why I said 2-1.
Yeah, I can see. I mean, Cologne, they are strong at home. That's the one thing I'll say. They are strong at home, and they've got a decent side. With a few additions, I could probably see them pushing for Europa League next year.
Yeah.
If they get on a good roll at the start of next season, they've got the facilities to do it. I think they need a bit more quality in the playing squad. But yeah, I mean, Cologne are strong at home. I can see why you've gone for them.
So yeah, all three of us went for a Cologne win. Moving on to the next 2:30 game on Saturday, which is Dusseldorf versus Dortmund, and I'm going to say they class this as a derby because there's only 45 miles between each other. So I'm going to say the class this as a derby.
It'll be like a sub kind of derby, won't it?
Yeah, it's not a big derby, but
it's like a little. I'd say there's probably a little bit in there. Dortmund really need to win tomorrow. I think it's going to be a tough one because Dusseldorf, they are still fighting for safety, so they need to get a result tomorrow, which, in all fairness, will probably play into Dortmund's hands, because if Dusseldorf come out and try to play football, then Dortmund will pick them off on the counter.
Yeah, definitely, mate. Sorry, I'm just looking at the score predictions. I don't know if you've done this wrong or not. With these, let's just quickly run through this. I said 4-0 Dortmund, which I'm guessing you've done that the wrong way around.
Yeah,
you've done it as 4-0 Dusseldorf, so I've said 4-0 Dortmund. I'm guessing you said 3-1 Dortmund.
Yeah, 3-1 Borussia Dortmund.
And Ben said 4-1, which I can see as well.
I don't know why I've wrote it that way around, to be
No,
honest.
I don't know why I've done that, mate.
I've done it on all the others. I've wrote them the right way around. I just haven't done them for that one.
Right, it's because you're not backing your boys, mate. That's what it is. You're not backing your boys.
I think Dortmund need to win tomorrow, but I also think Dusseldorf need to win as well. So I think that could play into Dortmund's hands in the end.
Yeah, I think...
because Dusseldorf will need to come out and try and score goals. So
yeah, let's just quickly run through that one again. I said 4-0 Dortmund. Reece said 3-1 Dortmund, and Ben said 4-1 Dortmund. I can see Dortmund walking all over Dusseldorf tomorrow.
I think it just depends how Dusseldorf start. It depends what game plan they come up with in the first half an hour or so, because if Paderborn's anything to go by, when Dortmund played them away from home, Paderborn spent the entire first half just trying to keep Dortmund out. And as soon as Dortmund scored, that means the other team has to come out and try and win then, or at least get a goal back. And that played right into Dortmund's hands, scoring 6 in the second half. It might follow the same sort of trend, this one, to be honest.
Yeah.
I can see a Dortmund win, but it's not going to be easy. No, I don't think any game really is easy.
No game's easy, it's not. Not in the Bundesliga.
But you'd look at others that are maybe a little bit easier than others. I would fancy a Dortmund win tomorrow, but it wouldn't surprise me, Dusseldorf, because they've sprung a few surprises this year. So it wouldn't surprise me if they got something tomorrow, to be honest.
Alright. Let's move on to another 2:30 game then on Saturday, mate. Hertha Berlin versus Frankfurt. Now, this game is going to be very tough to call because both of them are in a bit of bad form lately, especially Frankfurt.
I think Berlin are in good form, though. I think Hertha Berlin are in some... until their loss last weekend, they was one of the form sides in the Bundesliga. And they'd won 3 out of the last 4, I think, before they played Dortmund. Frankfurt need some points just to kind of guarantee themselves safety. Hertha Berlin have looked good since the break, from what I've watched of them anyway. You went for a 2-1 Hertha Berlin win, didn't you?
I did, mate. I think Hertha Berlin will beat Frankfurt tomorrow. I really do. I just think Frankfurt haven't got the team they did at the start of the season when they beat... I'm sure it was this season they beat Bayern Munich 6-1.
Yeah, well, 5-1.
Hammered them.
Yeah, because it was when Kovac had gone from Frankfurt to Bayern. They'd started quite poorly, Bayern, and they got beat 5-1. And I think that was one of the games where, there was I think it was close to them that Kovac got the sack. You said a 2-1 Berlin win. I said a 1-1 draw in this game. With Frankfurt needing to go there and get points to kind of guarantee themselves safety, I can see them being a little bit more defensively minded. But they have a decent team, Frankfurt.
They have got
a decent side, and I think if they knock the ball about, they'll cause Berlin some problems.
Pardon me. And Ben said 2-0 Hertha Berlin on this. I can't see there being many goals in that game, to be honest.
I can't see it being a high-scoring game. I don't think traditionally both sides score a lot. Although, to be honest, Frankfurt played in the German Cup. I think it was Wednesday night at Bayern. Interesting little subplot for one of this weekend's games. Lewandowski and Muller suspended for Bayern after picking up a yellow card.
They are. So no Muller or Lewandowski this weekend.
Although I still think they'll beat... But we'll get on to that in a minute. I still think they'll beat Mönchengladbach, but it's an interesting little subplot, that. Moving on to the next one of the 2:30 kickoffs. Paderborn versus Werder Bremen.
Probably the boringest game of the weekend.
If you looked at the fixture list this weekend and you picked out, and I don't mean this with any disrespect either, if you picked out a game that you probably wouldn't want to watch this weekend, it would be this one.
100%.
Two teams that are really struggling down the bottom. Bremen, after looking like they could get out of trouble, 2 losses in a row now. 3-0 at home to Eintracht Frankfurt, and they lost last weekend. I think it was it 1-0?
Who? Bremen. Yeah, they lost 1-0 to... Was it Wolfsburg? Could have been. Yes, it was Wolfsburg.
Possibly.
It was Wolfsburg.
You said 0-0 on this game, and I can see why.
I can't see there being goals in this, mate.
I said 1-1 just because I don't see either team at the minute as being good enough to get a result. So I don't know. Read into that what you will, but I've gone for a 1-1 draw because both need points. Paderborn are probably down now, you'd say, but Bremen have still got a chance. They need to win.
And Ben
Big
said
time.
1-0 Paderborn.
Yeah.
The thing is, mate, it's two relegation teams that are going to be battling for it. I just can't see there being goals in this game. I really can't. Especially the way they both. I mean, it's like picking between your girlfriend and your wife. It's like who do you pick? Do you know what I mean? This is a tough game to choose from. It really is.
Yeah, it's
because
hard.
who do you pick?
It's hard to kind of pick between these teams. There isn't a great lot of quality between the two, really.
Yeah.
So it's. I can't see it being a high-scoring game. I'd be very surprised if there was more than 2 goals in this game, just because of both defences. Really, they're not good, but they're not great going forward.
No.
I would probably say Bremen just edge it going forward, but even they've not scored a lot of goals this year. So I've gone for a 1-1 draw. Ben went for a 1-0 Paderborn win.
You did, mate. You did.
Moving on to the next one of the 2:30 kickoffs on Saturday.
The last 2:30 kickoff.
Yes, it's Wolfsburg versus SC Freiburg. This one could throw a spanner in the works in the predictor this weekend.
It sure could, mate. And we've all gone for quite high scores in this.
Yeah, believe it or not, we have actually gone for some high scores.
I think there's going to be some goals in this game. Wolfsburg are on a good bit of form. Freiburg are also a good goal scoring team.
I think Freiburg they've done themselves no harm this year with how they've played, and sitting just outside the Europa League shows how well they've done this year.
Exactly, mate. Exactly. I mean, let's just quickly get into them. I said 3-2 Wolfsburg. I really can see there being goals in this game. I really can.
I said 2-2 draw.
Yeah. And Ben said 3-1 Wolfsburg.
Yeah, Ben said 3-1 Wolfsburg. Although I could see that, to be honest.
What a game this is!
Yeah, it's going to be a good. It's going to be a good game. There's going to be a few spanner in the works with this one. I feel. I think we could be either bang on or horrendously wrong.
Yeah.
With this one. Yeah, I'm looking forward to Wolfsburg Freiburg. Should be a good game of football.
I mean, it's not a game I'm going to be watching, but
no, but
I will be listening to it.
Moving on to the 5:30 kickoff. As we've mentioned before, Bayern München versus Borussia Mönchengladbach. This one has an interesting little subplot for this weekend because Thomas Muller and Robert Lewandowski suspended.
Now, if I'd have known this, I might have not have gone for the score I've gone for, and same as Ben, I think Ben might have gone for the less as well. Well,
they got a suspension as a result of accumulation of yellow cards last weekend because they both got one. This could be interesting, this. Now, I've gone for a pretty high-scoring game. Bayern have got enough quality to beat them. I think that's obvious. But without them two in the team, what's the creativity going to be like? Because they've got a good midfield, Bayern. Great midfield.
Quality midfield, you can't deny it.
But that forward line has took a battering with them two suspensions.
If you was Bayern Munich manager, who are you sticking up front to replace him? Who are you sticking up front to replace Lewandowski?
Well, personally...
Because you've got no Thomas Muller neither, you've got to remember about that. Who do you replace?
Well, I think he'll probably change the formation around so he won't play with 3 in attack, because usually it's Gnabry one side and Kingsley Coman on the other. I can see him changing that tomorrow.
I think Gnabry might go up front, you know.
Well, I think it'll either be... I genuinely think it will be Gnabry playing up the top with somebody off him.
See, I think he's going to stay with the same formation. I think it'll be Gnabry through the middle, Coman on the right, and Perisic on the left.
Probably.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, probably.
And that's just disgusting. That's just pure pace.
Yeah, it's a good... I mean, the thing is, Bayern could be missing 2 players, and the players that they bring in are just as good as anybody else. I think Perisic had a bit of a tough time since he's gone to Bayern, because he was kind of like a medium-sized fish in a big pond at Inter Milan. And since he's gone to Bayern Munich, although he has played in Germany before for Dortmund, etc., I do think he's not looked the same sort of player that we saw at the World Cup for Croatia.
No.
And he's not the same player he was at Inter Milan. I think he's kind of struggling he don't get much game time. Every single game since the lockdown's been lifted in Germany, he's come on as a sub in pretty much every game for 15, 20 minutes, half an hour. He looks a little bit like he's struggling to settle into the Bayern way.
Good. He knocked England out of the fucking World Cup. Good.
Well, technically it was Mandzukic.
Well, both of them. Good.
You went 3-1 in this game, 3-1 Bayern.
Yeah. Yeah. If I'd have known that Lewandowski and Muller weren't playing, which I forgot about, I probably wouldn't have gone a bit lower, but I will stick with 3-1.
Well, I went with 4-1, and I'll tell you why I went with 4-1 Bayern Munich, because they've still got rip-roaring pace in attack.
Well, you got to think that Alisson Plur's not available because he got sent off.
Suspended.
So you also got to think about that. Thuram is probably going to be your leading man. Yeah.
Looks like Marcus Thuram's going to lead the line for Gladbach.
Do you reckon he'll be at Gladbach next season?
No. And I don't know.
Some
of the names of the teams that are coming in for him, I think he'll go. Mönchengladbach will get a pretty penny for him, but I don't think he'll stay next season. Ben went 4-0 Bayern.
I can see why, but I don't think he knows that Lewandowski and Thomas Muller are not available.
I'd be interested to message him and see what he thinks of that. I don't know if he knows.
I mean, he might keep it as that because it's not a bad result, to be honest, against Gladbach. But yeah, I think he doesn't know that Lewandowski and Muller are not available. But oh well.
The thing is, even not, you could still see them scoring 3 and 4, couldn't you?
100%, mate. I mean,
the equality they have is scary.
They've got a ridiculous team, Bayern Munich. I mean, you think what they had like a few years ago? They had class players on the bench. They did.
Yeah, definitely.
Do you know what I mean?
There was leaving players like
Ian Robin, Ribery on the bench. Do you know what I mean? Class players. But yeah, let's move on to Sunday's games, then, mate. Let's start off with a 2:30 kick-off. Mainz are at home to FC Augsburg. Not a very good game, this one, I'd say.
I'm not sure about this one. Mainz need points. They got a good result last weekend. They need points. Augsburg probably need a point. They probably need a couple of points from now to the end of the season. I'd say they need a few to guarantee themselves safety. They are sitting in a good position at the moment, but they probably still need points to guarantee it. I went for a 1-1 draw in this game after Mainz getting a good result last weekend. You said 2-1 Augsburg.
Yeah, I mean, I can't see Mainz being Augsburg. I might be wrong, mate, but I just think the way Mainz are playing right now, I just can't see them being Augsburg, really.
And Ben went 3-1 Augsburg.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I can see why. Augsburg, they're a pretty decent team, really, all in all. Mainz have struggled this year badly, but we'll see.
Not one of us went for Mainz win.
No, so it'll probably be a Mainz win.
You're probably right. You probably are right, mate. You probably will come in like that. Let's get on to the last Sunday game, and this result that Ben's put for this, I can't believe it. I literally want to spit at him. This is how bad it is.
Well,
I literally want to shout at him and say, "What the fuck are you doing, son? Why? Why are you thinking this result?"
Put it this way, if what Ben's predicted comes to fruition, I will sell this house. I will sell this house if that result comes in.
Right, let's get on to it because I hate talking about this team as it is right now.
Schalke 04 versus Bayer Leverkusen. 5 o'clock on Sunday, 5 o'clock kickoff. You went 4-0 Leverkusen.
I did. And I'm hoping I'm right because I'm hoping Kai Havertz is back this weekend. I mean, if he's not, then I can see Leverkusen struggling without him. But I have gone 4-0, believe it or not.
They did look a little bit lost without him last weekend, and it's quite strange to see a lad who's only 21 years old. I think he turned 21 yesterday.
He did, mate. He did.
Someone who's 21-year-old to be that important to a team.
Isn't it mad as well that you're the captain of probably one of the biggest clubs, another big club in the Bundesliga at 21?
Yeah.
Madness, mate.
Says everything they think about him, really.
Exactly.
I went for a 2-1 Leverkusen win. I can't see him. They took a right pasting last weekend at home to Bayern. After taking the lead as well, and they just capitulated. Once Bayern had scored 2 goals, that was it. The floodgates opened. They do play quite a high defensive line.
Yeah, you were saying that, weren't you?
It was ridiculous at points, mate. When you've got pace like Gnabry, like Kingsley Coman, why would you play such a high line? Because if they break that defensive line, they've got so much room to run into. And you're not going to catch people like Kingsley Coman. The guys like Roadrunner.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? You're not going to catch him.
Oh, please just tell Ben. I don't even want to say Ben's
Well, I said a
here.
2-1 Leverkusen win, and for everybody that's listening, Ben went Schalke for a 4-1 win. Now, I'll go on record as saying, if Schalke win 4-1...
Just repeat that.
If Schalke win 4-1, I will sell my home.
Fucking hell. Do you know what? If that result comes in, I will regret everything I have said about Schalke.
Well, William Brown's estate agent's going to love me, aren't they?
Yeah. I mean, if that result does come in, what Ben said, then I will give him my wages next week. If that comes in.
Unbelievable, isn't it?
Schalke have not scored 4 goals in the past 13 fucking games. That result is not coming in, I'm telling you now.
Well, I hope not, because otherwise I'm homeless, so...
I mean, you can move with me, baby, on the floor.
Yeah, that's fine.
But yeah...
Ben went for a 4-1 win.
Yeah,
for a Schalke win, not a Leverkusen win.
Schalke
win.
I mean, I'm sick of talking about Schalke, but if that result comes in... Me and you will be praising Schalke one hell of a lot.
Well, I won't be. I'll be homeless.
I mean, you will be, but that means we ain't got no podcast room anymore. But
Yeah,
hey ho.
damn it.
But yeah, 4-1 Schalke Ben went. Madness.
Out of the three of us, who'd you say is more likely to win on the points predictor?
What, between all the whole teams? Do you know what, mate? I don't know. It's quite tough. It's quite a tough weekend this for football. I mean, you've got some good games here. Hoffenheim, Red Bull, Leipzig. I mean, I think there's some points in there. I think me, you, and Ben have got a good chance in this. I mean, like I said 1-1, you said 2-1, and Ben said 2-0, and Jack said 3-1 Leipzig. I mean, there's points in that game, I reckon. Also, the Cologne, Union Berlin. I don't know with that one, mate.
I can see it being a game like that. Rather than teams like your Leverkusens, your Bayerns, I can see it being a game like that where we come close on the points this weekend.
I mean, they're your games that you're going to get close on, mate. They're your games that you're going to come close on. They're the games that are going to get you the points this season. If anyone doesn't know about the point system, we have a point system, and if you get a correct score right, you get a point, which goes into our table, which we have started with just 4 of us for now. Me and Reece have spoke about it. We're going to try and do it more with you guys next season.
Yeah, basically, yeah. Sorry to butt in, mate. I didn't mean to butt in. It's just what we're going to try and do is we're going to try and make a league, so everyone's got to predict the results from each weekend. Obviously, from every game, there's a point up for grabs for each game, and we're all going to put money into a pot at the end of every week.
Even if it's £1 or something, just £1, £2.
We'll probably start off like £2, I think.
Yeah.
So £2, yeah. So everyone puts the £2 in the pot, and whoever gets the result for that weekend takes the pot.
Or whoever gets the most points in that weekend. So say if someone gets, say if Danny Willerton's in it, and he predicts like 4 results right, and someone else has got 4, then we'll just split the pot like that. That's how we'll do it. Whoever wins it will keep the whole money.
We're undecided which way to go with it. We're undecided whether to do it as a weekly pot or build until the end of the season. Each one's because I think going forward, the longer term one gives you more incentive to keep doing it because you've got potential of winning a pot there. If you get 10 people at £2 a week, that's £20.
But you got to think now, are people going to still want to do it?
It's all going to be trial and error, mate. It's all going to be trial and error, and just kind of see where we end up with it. But we will be doing that. We're going to get more people involved next season on the points, on the predictor for points.
I think what we'll do is, though, I think we're only going to do the Premier League next season for the points.
It's looking like when everything's kind of, back to normal, and I say that in inverted commas.
Yeah.
When everything's back to normal, we probably will be doing just Premier League predictors. Just simply because there's going to be that much football when the regular season kicks off again. And I'm talking about next season rather than this season. For now, we are just going to continue with doing the Bundesliga predictor, just because there's too many games in the Premier League in a short space of time. So it's going to be quite hard to kind of keep up the results and do a table for the predictor and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I'd love to hear your guys' predictions on this. I mean, do you enjoy listening to the Bundesliga previews and stuff, or would you just want to hear the Premier League? I mean, I know what I would rather do, because I know that's where the most people would listen to. But it's tough. I mean, if you guys are enjoying listening to the Bundesliga, then please leave a comment down below and let us know. But I mean, we would love to hear your thoughts on this. I mean,
I think the reason why we is because it's the first league that started back again. So that's kind of just where we followed on from there. And I have a love for German. And not everybody's the same. I understand some people are quite patriotic to the Premier League, which I totally understand, because I love the Premier League and I love Man United. They're my club. They're the one that I've supported since I was a young boy. But with the Bundesliga being the only league that was going at the time, we just kind of ran with that idea, didn't we? And just thought, right, well, because it was football to watch at the end of the day, and that's the way we looked at it. So, yeah, next season, guys, big things to look forward to. Points predictor, potential vlog series. It's all pending, really. It just kind of depends who we can get together, what kind of equipment we can rub together, and we'll just kind of go from there, really.
Yeah, definitely, mate. It's just one of them, innit, mate? We just got to try and move forward with it and stuff, and see where we go, see what goes on with it.
Yeah, I mean,
we're still a small little podcast. We'll get in there. We are.
Yeah, we're getting there. We'll build the following, mate.
Aye.
We will get there. It just takes a bit of hard work, bit of dedication, and you know, when you look at, I'll use like the Joe Rogan experience as
I knew you was going to say that.
Yeah, but it's the thing is, Sam, it's the podcast on everyone's tongue at the minute because of the deal that he struck with Spotify. It is literally huge. Like, we're talking multi millions worth of, and like a lot of millions worth of money deal. And he's been on YouTube for a long time, and I've watched quite a lot of his podcast. People already knew him from the UFC, which I did because I've watched it before, but he obviously has built his following from nothing, really, in terms of podcast, and the people that he gets on, mate, he gets people from all around the globe. He's on, like, I think he's halfway to 2,000 episodes.
Jesus.
On his podcast. Well, more than halfway. He's on, like, 1,500 now.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And he started from very small beginnings, really. We do enjoy doing the podcast. We love getting it out there for you guys. We hope for more interaction in the future as well.
Yeah, definitely, mate. I mean, it's even better to get on Facebook now and let people know about it.
Yeah, definitely. It gives us a proper platform, doesn't it?
Definitely, mate. We've got enough time. Let's quickly run through the Premier League.
Yeah.
The Premier League returns next Wednesday, and I can't fucking wait.
No, I can't wait.
I cannot wait. Even if it's Aston Villa versus Brighton, I cannot physically wait to watch some Premier League.
I will never ever moan about Burnley versus Southampton ever again.
No, I won't either, mate. Yeah, like I say, mate, returns next weekend. Excited?
I'm going to do a Pep Guardiola. More than you believe. More than you believe.
Yeah, so the Premier League starts next Wednesday with, I believe, is Sheffield United versus, I'm going to say Villa, but I might be wrong. Just have a look. Either way, I know there's one early kickoff, which is Sheffield United versus, I'm sure it's Villa. I'm 100% it's Villa. I might be wrong, but I'm sure.
Oh, the playoffs are also on next week.
Yeah, but
right.
Just go on
this is filthy.
Filthy. Right, let's just run through the predictions for the Premier League next week. So we'll start from Wednesday to Sunday.
Well, the first two games are on Wednesday night.
So
and the first one's a 6:00 kickoff between Aston Villa and Sheffield United.
I thought so. And then it's the big one.
Man City, Arsenal.
So let's just get this clear, right? If Arsenal, and that's a big if.
Do you have to mention this?
Yes.
Do you have to?
Yes, because we have a lot of Liverpool fans listening to us, mate. If Arsenal beat Manchester City and Liverpool win at the weekend, Liverpool will be crowned Premier League champions. How mad is that?
You know, next time you want to say that, can you say it really quick so that nobody can understand you? So then I can just say, yeah, we're all on to the next one.
You just don't like it because you're a United fan.
No, of course I don't like it.
You just don't like it.
I would rather...
You just don't like it because they're going to overtake you because you're shit.
I would rather put my head in a food blender than Liverpool win the league.
Well, looks like you're going to have to buy a blender, mate, 'cause it's going to happen.
Oh yeah, you need. Can you pay with brass buttons? But look, if City don't beat Arsenal, if Arsenal beat them and Liverpool beat Everton, then league's done.
Well, apparently...
It's getting to the point now where I just want it done. I want it done. I want to see Liverpool have their 30 seconds of happiness.
30 seconds? Fucking hell, it'll be a full year, you knob. We ain't going to hear the end of it.
I don't care. I'll turn all my telly off. I'll delete Facebook, delete YouTube, delete Spotify, everything. I will go into hiding because I am not listening to that all of next year.
Well...
We won the league, mate.
Yeah, well, you best get used to it, mate. It's going to happen, unfortunately. I mean, we all know it's going to happen.
It's going to kill me listening to them all the time.
It's going to happen, but yeah. There's no games on Thursday in the Premier League, so let's just get straight into Friday's game. There is one big game. There's no games on Thursday. There's only the playoffs.
No, not on Thursday.
But there is a game on Friday.
Well, there's two. Norwich, Southampton. What
a game. Can't wait.
Football's back. I can't believe it.
Can't wait to watch Norwich.
Two games on Friday night.
I can't wait to watch Norwich play
Southampton at 6 o'clock and Tottenham Man United at 8:15. The football just keeps rolling in, mate.
And what are they on, can we just say? Let's just renounce what channel's on as well, because people might not know about it.
Norwich, Southampton is on Sky Sports main event.
Ooh.
And Tottenham Man United is also on Sky. Ooh. And just for the people wondering about Wednesday's games, Aston Villa, Sheffield United is on Sky Sports, and so is Man City, Arsenal. No need to change the channel. Get your son up, bath, maybe take a bath, get a brew. Sit down.
Brew?
Football on.
Brew? It's more like fucking 20 bottles of Budweiser. That's what that's going to be.
Get yourself a brew, honestly.
Right, let's go on to Saturdays for the Premier League. There is Saturday's games, so don't even look at me like that. Come on. I know there is some games on Saturday.
I know, but my list don't go down that far. Right.
You not got Sky Sports app on your phone?
Yeah, it doesn't work very well, though.
You can't. That's what we have to go for on the podcast, guys. Not even prepared.
Dear me.
Well,
Why is it when you want to get a website up? Right, here we go.
Well, I know there's...
Saturday's games.
Right.
Watford play Leicester in a 12:30 kickoff. Now, that's on BT Sport. I know that.
Yep.
Then Brighton Arsenal's at 3 o'clock, also on BT Sport.
It's on BT Sport, is it?
And then West Ham Wolves on Sky Sports at 5:30.
On Sky Sports?
Yep, on Sky Sports. And Bournemouth Crystal Palace is on BBC. 7:45 kickoff. Day full of football.
Oh, talk dirty to me, baby.
Yeah, I've never been so happy to have a day of football. Then we move on to Sunday's games, which is a 2 o'clock kickoff. Newcastle versus Sheffield United.
Come on, you tune!
Oh, sorry. No, Sunderland versus Sheffield United.
Why don't you go and fuck yourself?
Yeah, so we've got Sunderland at home. Aston Villa Chelsea, 4:15 kickoff on
Villa
Sky
play
Sports.
again?
Yeah.
No.
It's because they've got a game in hand, haven't
of course, yeah.
and then Everton Liverpool, 7 o'clock kickoff on Sky Sports on Sunday.
What a game that is.
And then we move on to Monday. It just doesn't stop.
I know.
And then Monday is only one game. It's an 8 o'clock kickoff on Sky Sports. Manchester City versus Burnley.
Oh, what a game that is. Can't wait to watch that.
And then we move on to Tuesday is Leicester versus Brighton. 6 o'clock kickoff on Sky Sports. And then after it's Tottenham versus West Ham. London Derby on Sky Sports.
Big game that.
Yeah, and we'll kind of cap it off at Tuesday. I mean, obviously it goes all the way through. There's a game pretty much every day apart from Friday that week.
Yeah, so what we're going to do is we're going to do another podcast on Monday going through the Bundesliga's results.
There's also some midweek games in the Bundesliga.
Yeah, so what we're going to do is we're going to try and get 2 podcasts out next week. So we're going to try and get the Bundesliga's results out from this weekend, and we're also going to try and get out the Premier League predictions for next week, which
Wednesday
I can't
starting.
wait, man. I really can't.
What an introduction that is, by the way. Not doing a lot all day. Bam, 2 games on, 6 o'clock onwards. Bam, there you go. There's your Premier League football. Let's have it back, boys. Come on.
Also, should we get on to the Championship, League 1 and League 2. Because League 2 have come out and basically said that they're going to send all 3 teams up, which was Swindon,
Crewe and Plymouth.
Crewe and my boys Plymouth.
Green Army.
Yeah, so that's good news for Plymouth fans.
Yes, now the problem being League 1 is still... I listened to the podcast yesterday on BBC 5 Live's Football Daily. Barry Fry, who's been at Peterborough forever and a day, was not a happy bunny, although that's quite a regular occurrence. I can see why he's not very happy.
Yeah, I agree with you, mate.
Because they are not in the playoffs on a points per game basis, although they've been better than pretty much every team, form-wise, and they're still not in the play. I can see why he's mad.
I agree.
In fact, Barry Fry does not need an excuse to go off his rocker.
I mean, let's just talk about the 2 teams that actually went up in League 1. It was Coventry and Rotherham. So they 2 teams, and obviously got 1 team that goes up in the playoffs. Yeah, I agree with what you just said, mate. I agree 100% what Barry Fry is saying. When you're 1 point out of the playoffs, it's not fair on the teams like Peterborough and Scunderland. I mean, it's not fair on them, mate. It's not. When you've played when you've done so well in the season, and the EFL have basically said, "Oh well, we're not going to send you up. We're not going to let you carry on the season."
It's the basis for me. It's the basis what sucks on how they've done it. Because if they went off not on a points per game, but if they went on form, they've beat. I think it said yesterday. I'm sure it was like 8 or 9 teams out of the top 10 that they've beat. That sucks.
Mm-hmm.
Because they've been in better form than most teams in that league. And he was saying as well the financial implications it's going to have, because they're going to have to sell Ivan Toney now. He said that yesterday, they're going to have to sell him because he's one of the high earners and he's worth the most. The guy can play Championship football, no bother.
I think I'll go Blackburn, if I'm honest.
I could see him going. I mean, transfer talk is another conversation, I guess, but Ivan Toney, Barry Fry's already said he will have to be sold because they will not be able to afford to keep him next year, which is a massive shame because he could have delivered promotion for them. I genuinely, but we had him at Scunny. He's very, very good.
We had him at Newcastle.
Didn't he?
No, he was at Northampton, and then we signed him from Northampton, loaned him out to Scunthorpe. But
I'll tell you something, the guy's got ability. He knows where the back of the net is.
Yeah.
He scored in Scunny's playoff campaigns. He's done well.
I was a bit gutted that Scunny didn't sign him. I'm a bit annoyed that they didn't get him in.
Can't afford him.
But like I was about to say, Scunny just couldn't unfortunately afford him.
They couldn't afford to pay the transfer.
If Scunny had gone up, I think he would have been a Scunny player. But it's like with Scunny, they had like Dwayne Holmes, your big players like that.
Well, the problem is that summer we lost everybody.
Yeah.
We lost Ivan Toney because he went back to Newcastle after his loan spell and then went straight out again. We lost Dwayne Holmes. We lost Josh Morris.
That was it, Josh Morris.
And
Paddy Madden.
Three players spine to the team, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a bit of a shame, to be honest.
Murray Wallace as well, another one.
Hakeem Delican.
Went to Millwall, Bristol City.
Keeps rolling on for Scunny.
Yeah, I know Scunny are a feeder club, and we're not going to talk too much about Scunny, but it's only because of where we live there, and because I used to be a season ticket holder years ago. I used to go stand with my granddad on the terraces. They've had some very good players over the years, but they'll always be a selling club.
It's like Everton, though, aren't they? Just a selling club. Bring your players in.
I think Everton are starting to try to change that now with the new owner because he's very ambitious and he's got an unbelievable manager in Ancelotti.
How they got him, I'll never know.
Well, I'd say it's something to do with pound signs, but for me, Peterborough can count themselves very, very unlucky at the way they've not gone into the playoffs.
You reckon they'll have a good season next season?
I don't know.
If they keep Ivan Toney.
Peterborough always managed to find a way of getting good players through the door. I mean, look at... I remember going back to when I was a teenager growing up, Craig McHale-Smith, goal scorer, George Boyd, Ivan Toney, Lee Tomlin. I'm sure Lee Tomlin played for Peterborough at some point. It's a conveyor belt of players. They seem to find players all the time from non-league. Dwight Gale.
Yeah.
You know, they've got it's brilliant what Peterborough do because they give players a chance to come from non-league, and pretty much most of them came from non-league as well. Yeah, very, very good club, Peterborough. I'm a secret admirer of Peterborough because I like the way they do things. They play really good football as well, for that level. I just think next year they're going to struggle because they're going to lose a lot of their top players this year. Ivan Toney being one of them. Barry Fry's already said he's come out and said yesterday they're probably going to have to sell him.
Do you know what makes me laugh? I think Hull come in for one of the strikers, Madison or whatever his name is.
Marcus Madison.
Madison, right? They loaned him, right? Why would you not just buy him?
It was something to do with the deal at the time.
I mean, Marcus Madison was banging goals in for Peterborough.
He's a good player. I've watched him before, all left-footed.
I just didn't understand why Hull loaned him. Buy him.
I think it's the situation with Hull as well, because Peterborough would be asking a lot of money for him, really, at that level. Hull don't really have the finances to start paying that for players.
Well, let's just go on to Hull. I think they can count themselves very, very, very lucky this season.
Well,
because they have been.
They was the team in the worst form in the entire league.
They want to count themselves very, very, very lucky.
Yeah, but look at the difference between that, right? So you've got Peterborough, who probably should be in the playoffs on the form this season. And then you've got Hull, who, if you're on a points per game basis, they should go down really because they've been in the worst form out of every Championship team.
Yeah, I agree.
And they can count themselves very, very lucky.
It's mad to think that Hull was in the Premier League a few seasons back.
I remember going to the first game back in the Premier League when they played Leicester at home. Leicester had just won the league, and I went to that. I was seeing a girl from Hull at the time. And she got us tickets for that game. Great atmosphere at the KC.
Oh, yeah.
Great atmosphere. We were sat in the... I forgot what stand it is. It's the one where the TV cameras face from.
Oh, yeah.
It's that stand. But I tell you, like, the problem is they've probably got like a Premier League setup but a Championship squad. And they're going to struggle.
John, I don't even think it's a Championship squad. I'd say it's more of a League One squad. They're just struggling, mate, Hull. I've never seen a Hull side like that. But I also think that's down to the owners as well.
They've been driving the football club into the ground.
It was like it in the Premier League, didn't they? It was like it in the Premier League. Well, sums up why they sold Maguire and Robertson.
Well, they was protesting outside the ground on the first game of the season. What I went to against Leicester, there was protesting saying we want the Alams out. You know, not a good situation at Hull at the moment, to be honest.
No, it's not, mate. Let's just go on to the Championship real quick. The Championship returns the 20th of June, I believe. Leeds play Cardiff as their return team. Do you think that's going to rock them?
No.
Do you reckon they're going to carry on just walking teams in this league?
Bielsa won't let them drop standards. If there was one manager in the Championship that I'd say he'd get his players bang at it, it's Bielsa.
Great manager.
Oh, great manager.
Do you know what?
How they managed to get him in the first place?
Do you know, I was about to say that. How Leeds got Bielsa in the first place, I will never know.
When you've got people like Pep Guardiola coming out and saying that they look up to Bielsa as one of their mentors, that says it all, really.
Yeah. It's mad, man.
Bielsa, incredibly good manager. Been at some Marseille, Athletic Bilbao, you know, teams like the guy is a very, very good and very capable football manager. Leeds can count themselves very lucky to have him.
You say all them big teams and go Leeds. Leeds are in the Championship.
I think Leeds are a sleeping giant, though, aren't they? They've been outside the Premier League for far too long, and I think
16 years have been out of the Premier League, mate. Leeds United should not be in that Championship.
If we're honest with ourselves, Leeds should be in the Premier League. They're a Premiership club, really, in terms of size.
As much as everyone can slate Leeds United off as being the club to hate, they're such a big club, man.
They're massive.
Leeds do not deserve to be where they are now, and it really.
Well, they do. They do deserve to be where they are now, but
no. But what I was going to say is, as much as I don't support Leeds, I just feel sorry for the fans. As in, how has no one come in for Leeds United? It's the same as Newcastle. How has nobody, a big owner, anyone come in for Leeds United? They've been in the Championship and League One for the past 16 years, mate. And it's frustrating even to watch Leeds in the Championship because they shouldn't be there.
When you're getting 30 and 40,000 at a home game, I'd say you can count yourself as a Premier League sized club.
Exactly. I mean, look at when I was in the playoffs against Watford. Who else was in the playoffs against?
Well, when they played Derby last year.
Exactly.
They played Derby last year.
But even in the playoff final, mate, they take 50,000 to Wembley.
They could fill.
They could fill that ground if they wanted.
All the Leeds fans. If every Leeds fan up and down this country got offered tickets to go watch them at Wembley, they could probably fill that ground 10 times over.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Because there's so many Leeds fans up and down the country. I mean, especially where we're from, because it's not too far away. You seem to get so many Leeds fans. You see them everywhere, don't you?
Because they're a big.
They're
club,
like rats, mate. You're never more than 2 metres away from one.
Yeah.
See, get it?
As I said,
2 metres social distancing.
But yeah, Leeds, I think they deserve to go up this season. They were so unlucky last season. But I also think last season, the only reason I think they choked is because Bielsa ran them to the ground and they were getting tired. I think that was the reason they started slipping.
I've got a question for you. If Leeds go up this year, how do you think they get on next year?
I think they'll stay up. I think they'll do Wolves. I think once this ownership comes in, because they've already said if Leeds go up, they'll get a brand new brand new sponsor, which will be Nike or Adidas or something like that. They're gonna have brand new owners. You bring your big players in.
Do you want me to be honest? And this is going to ruffle a few feathers. I think Leeds struggle.
You reckon?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do. I don't want them to.
I don't think they will, mate.
But I think they're going to struggle next year if they go up. Because I don't know how much money they're going to have available. Because you can look at it like when Wolves came up, the team that they had at the time was perfectly equipped to deal with the Premier League.
They had a ridiculous team.
I'm not sure Leeds are. Manager-wise, they are. But I'm not sure Bielsa can do it in the Premier League with them players.
You've also got to think, if Leeds do go up, they will attract players because, one, they're a big team, and two, they're back in the Premier League. You've got to think about that, because Leeds are a very big team, mate. You've got to think...
I'm still not confident.
They was in the Champions League, and they were so close to winning it as well. Leeds have got a history, mate. Leeds have a history, and I think that's what they'll go.
History only gets you so far.
It does. I agree with what you're saying, but you've got to think... It's the same as if Forest come up, mate. Why would you go to Forest? Because of the fans, the history, everything, mate.
I'm just not convinced. I think, not that I want them to, but I think they're going to struggle next year if they come up with that team, because I can't see them buying that many players. I
think they'll buy a new striker.
Well, I think they have to.
They have to. I
yeah.
think they need to sign Ben White. They have to sign... Pardon me. They have to sign Ben White. Jesus. But are Brighton willing to let him go to Leeds?
No.
I don't think they will either. Nope. I agree with what you're saying.
Nope.
Kelvin Davies, if Leeds don't go up next... Kelvin Phillips, if Leeds don't go up, see you later, Leeds, off you go. Because a big team will come in for him.
I don't know, mate. That's tough, that one. Because he's so devoted to Leeds. He loves the club, he loves the city, he lives there,
right.
He loves Bielsa.
All right,
it's hard.
so let's go for Leeds. Jack Grealish, if he went to United, it's the exact same. Why would you leave Villa? It's your boyhood club. You grew up in the academy. You're a Brummie lad. Do you know what I mean? It's like that, mate. It's the exact same as that. If Phillips the only team he wouldn't go to is your boys, because he would get fucking slated if he went. He would get absolutely murdered if he went to Man United. But if the right team comes in for him, and this is a big if Leeds don't come up, but it's looking like that they are going to come up.
It's looking more and more likely that Leeds are going to go up. I'm just not convinced that they'll stay up if they go up, because I can't see them adding that many players to the squad. And if Bielsa is looking at the Premier League, look, Bielsa's an incredibly focused guy. He's not naive enough to think this is done yet, because it's not. But I'm not so sure. I'm not so sure if they stay up next year. I just can't see them having the money available to go buy the players that they want. And that, to me, could spell problems.
Fair enough, mate.
But I'd like to see them stay in it, because it's Leeds and it's another game for Man United, isn't it? Huge game.
Yeah, another huge game, mate.
Huge game in English football. Man United Leeds. Both fans giving it big uns. So, yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure about that one. I'd like to see them back, though.
Yeah, I would. I'd love to see Leeds back in the Premier League, mate. I think everyone would love to see Leeds back in the Premier League.
That'll be a party.
It will. It will be. Right, we've got a few minutes left. I just want to run quickly through something. Let's go to the relegation in the Premier League. Who are your three to go down? I've not asked you this yet. Who are your three to go down? I think one of them's already gone in Norwich. I think they're gone. I think fair play to what... is it Ralph Hassel? Not Ralph Hassel.
Norwich's manager.
Yeah, I can't
Daniel
remember.
Farkley.
What Daniel Farkley's done to that club.
Farkley? Who's Farkley?
Farkley, whatever his name
Farkley.
is. Yeah, what he's done to that club, amazing. Fair play to him getting back in the Premier League with a young squad like he's got, like Max Aarons, Timo Pukki, players like that. Fair play to him. I think that's one down. Who's your next one?
I feel a bit sad for him, but to be honest, I think I'll give you my other two. I think it'll be Aston Villa and Bournemouth.
I said Villa, but I don't think Bournemouth will. I think Bournemouth will just sneak it.
I don't want Bournemouth to go down because I actually quite like them as a team.
I think it's going to be West Ham. I just think West Ham are going to go,
Can
mate.
you imagine if they go down?
I think it will be.
Can you imagine? Just imagine how bad that's going to be if they go down.
New stadium. Fans will be...
And a huge amount of debt.
Yeah. I mean... To be honest, mate, compared to last season, they have been shite this season, West Ham. Absolutely shite.
Well, they've been poor, to say the very least.
100% agree.
I can't imagine the scenes in East London if they go down, Sam.
There'll be riots. I mean, a few seasons ago, there was fighting for Europa League in that league. Now, mate, they are fighting for relegation. They're grabbing at thin ice to stay in this league.
I think the team has been allowed to stand still, and this is the problem. When they had players like Lanzini and Payet, who was playing every week, they looked at good football inside, and they could give anybody a game. Now, they look so lost.
The thing is, mate, they've got such good players in, Anderson, Jack Wilshere, Haller, Noble,
Mark Noble,
Declan Rice. I can name players.
Fabianski.
Exactly. Zabaleta. You can run off the list of class players West Ham have got, but I just do not think West Ham have got it in them this season to stay up. I generally think they are gone.
I think it's going to be Bournemouth and either West Ham or Villa.
See, I would have said Watford at the start of the season, but they have picked good form up.
Well,
and
to be fair, I forgot about Watford as well.
But Nigel Pearson's only there till the end of the season. Which I don't understand with Watford why they do that, because they have a manager and then they get rid of him and then they bring another one in and then they get rid of him. I just don't understand that.
That's the owners,
but Nigel Pearson will not be at Watford next season. They've already said it's not going to happen. But my three were Norwich, Villa and West Ham.
I'm going to say Norwich. I'm going to say Norwich, Watford and Bournemouth.
You reckon Watford are going to go down?
I do.
I reckon Villa are going to go down.
Out of the other team, I would probably say Villa will scrap to get out. I would say Norwich, Watford and Bournemouth.
All I'm going to say is, if Grealish isn't there next season, if he's not there and Tyrone Mings isn't there next season, Villa are gone. They are gone.
Well, I can
100%.
I can see him struggling, to be honest.
But yeah, I think
they struggled this year with Grealish.
Exactly, mate. So. Exactly. But yeah, I think that wraps up the podcast for today, guys. Unless you want to add anything quickly.
No, that's it for today, guys. Looking forward to the next one.
Yeah, which will be Monday. So what we'll do is we'll get Monday's one out, and then we'll get another one out on Wednesday. So for the Premier League, so we'll do a Bundesliga review for the weekend with the predictions.
Yeah,
and we will also do Premier League predictions for Monday to Sunday, so we'll go through there. But yeah, guys, thank you very much again for liking the Facebook page. Make sure you get it shared around on Facebook so everyone else can
subscribe on YouTube and turn on the notification bell.
Yeah, also leave your score predictions in the comment section down below for the Bundesliga this weekend. See how many correct scores you can get. I think that's it, mate, innit?
Yep, that's it.
So thank you very much, guys, for listening.
Yep.
From me and Reese.
Yep, auf Wiedersehen.
We're out of here.